This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 3rd and long. It's Watson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Vic Beasley in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Brian Anger now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And taken right on the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, in first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible.
Touchdown, Indianapolis! A.J. Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. This one fielded at the 5. Spins away. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
They're going for it. It's Watson. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. That is caught inside the 5. The solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
It'll be a loss of 1, but it'll be second and goal. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. On second down, Jacobs. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. McLaughlin for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all of these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now Watson, 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Watson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, but now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Watson looks to throw again. Flushed out right. Caught by Cobb. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 16. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the red zone now, Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Trey Burton in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be. Touchdown, Indianapolis! Marquise Brown hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up. Let's get that ball.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself, eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Motion, motion, motion. Hey, 50 to Mike, 50.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Watson throwing on 3rd and long. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Flush to his right. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Fournette on the counter, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Back to throw, Watson. It's complete, Stills. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board. And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys, let's go. Come on, capitalize on this one. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. That's caught out wide by Stills. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Fournette. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll run it again with Fournette, and this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Watson now to throw. Escaping the... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Watson steps away to his left. And that is going to be incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Check. Check out. Mike 50, Mike 50. Watch the curl, watch the curls. Go.
2nd and 3. Campbell making the catch. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden, because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his 2nd touchdown there.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Here's Watson. They'll roll him out right. Looking sideline, incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They go play action here on 1st down. Catch made here by Campbell. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 19 yards away as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. On 1st and 10, Watson. He gets this one to Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Watson. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Walker gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Here's Watson. Out to his left. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. To throw is Watson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man. It's Brown. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Check.
Back to throw now on first down. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. The Colts on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the Texans scoop it. He's got the lane, and there he goes. He's at the 40, past the 20, 10, 5, and they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And this Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. 20. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Oh, the Texans may have recovered. They did recover. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's Watson underneath for Johnson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a first down throw. Watson. Screenplay. Johnson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To the air yet again, Watson. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
He's got his tight end, Burton. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 5. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Watson. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
This will be caught by Brown. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. That one looks like he'll throw here. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. After the interception, here's Watson, eluding the pressure right. Now in desperation, and this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Indianapolis, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early on. I can't spend a day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. This shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Never brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great color coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot, sure don't stop, it's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired, can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe, never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.